Hey guys, what's up? It's once again mp4podcast.com, and this video isn't really about Steam, but I want people to take a look at my Steam account so they can get an idea of Xbox One and how Xbox One is changing their DRM. In some ways, they are changing it for the bad. Now, they removed a lot of people were saying draconian DRM, but they did have some good ideas, and I don't know why we can't have the best of the both worlds. And I've said this before in other videos, if you buy a physical copy, you should be able to do whatever you want with that physical copy. And that's where the problem with the Xbox One, where all the hate came from, is that people, they buy a physical plastic disc and they're like, well, I bought that, I should be able to sell it, trade it, whatever I want with it. Okay, you don't put restrictions on my disc. Now, to be quite honest with you, there's even restrictions on physical discs on PC. You'll get games that have DRM there. They have to be checked in, like Diablo 3, SimCities, and what was it, SimCities 3 or 4, whatever it is. So you do have restrictions with physical discs for the PC, and obviously your operating system, if you use Windows, it comes with a serial number. You can only use it on one computer. That's it. So basically, people aren't really used to that on the console side. And I kind of get the console side. I mean, it's underneath your TV set. You don't do that with your DVDs, your Blu-rays. You never did it with your VHS cassettes and everything like that. But Microsoft did have a lot of great ideas on doing digital distribution. They just went about it the wrong way. What I would do, if you buy any digital copies of Titan's Fall, Dead Rising 3, those digital copies can go into my library and my friends can borrow them. That was an amazing idea for digital distribution. You're going to be able to do this on Steam. So let's go over to my library, which I have 134 games on my Steam library. So let's say a friend of mine wants to borrow Bastion, okay? My friend Tommy wants to borrow Bastion. He's on my friends list. I can check, okay, I'm not really interested in playing these games right now. Maybe I've played them before or I haven't gotten to them yet. Because there's a lot of good Steam sales, and sometimes, I'll be honest with you, I haven't gotten to all my games. Probably bought Bastion for like $3, $4, so I grabbed it. So I can click, share game. So that goes into my Xbox One library. I bought a digital copy of this game. I can now share this game with 10 friends. Okay. If I buy a physical disc copy, now the rules change. Now, if Tommy wants to borrow it, he has to get my physical copy of Bastion. You hear what I'm saying? We can have the old way with the disc versions, and we can have the new way when buying digital. And I think that would be a really good fix for everybody. Okay, I'll be honest, I don't want restrictions on my physical copies, but I want the features if I buy digital. Okay, and I think Microsoft could possibly even win this console generation, especially if they do what Steam does. I bought Alan Wake, all the DLC for $4. I mean, I know it's a little bit of an old game, where it came out, 2009 or whenever it came out. This was a really good deal. It was $4, okay? So the other thing that I love about buying digital copies, especially on Steam, is that, I get the DLC, okay? I get my DLC, and I like having my DLC. The downsides of buying a physical copy, right, then buying your DLC is, one, if you can't find your game, you can't play it. You can't play the DLC. If your disc gets scratched, you can't play the game. You can't play your DLC. So if you keep it all in the cloud, all your purchases in the cloud, you have the whole entire game. So you don't have to worry about, all this other stuff. I mean, my house can get hit by a meteor, right? My laptop can be completely destroyed. all these games are in the cloud. You know, as long as I'm not in the house, as long as I'm not in my house when the meteor hits, I'm good. All I have to do is get another laptop or a desktop to play my games, and they all return. So if that meteor hit and I had all physical copies, I would lose all my games, you know. So there are benefits. Now I will say this to anybody who is thinking about going digital. This is really important to me. I'm going to give my username and my passwords to a very close friend or relative or niece or nephew, because I do want to hand over my accounts, for Origin and Steam, to people in my family. Somebody that's in my family that I know who's a gamer. And I'm going to say, you can pass on this account when I die, because I don't want all these purchases to go to waste. I don't want that. I want my investment to be handed down. So I think that's important when you go digital, is to print out a copy with your username and password. Keep hard copies. Put them in a notepad. Put it on a USB drive. Upload it to a Gmail and a Yahoo and an MSN emails, just in case your email got hacked. All your accounts are saved in a file someplace, and you can pass them off. But remember to make a physical copy with your username, password for all your digital download purchases. Another thing that you may want to think about when going digital, and this, I don't know if this would work with Xbox One, maybe, because it probably would. I believe on Steam, once you download a copy, that you can back it up to the hard drive. There's a backup feature on Steam. I've never done it. But that may be something you may want to look at, especially when you buy properties that are movie-based licensed properties, or especially if there's a legal issue with the game. I do remember reading someplace on the Steam forums that the James Bond movies got removed. Now, I don't have any James Bond movies here in my Steam account, but they got removed. And I think people said there was maybe a problem with a legal issue with Activision, that they lost the rights to James Bond, and that went back to MGM or Sony Studios or something like that. And so once they lost license, they had to pull it from the Steam store. It's not really Steam's fault, but that happens with movie licenses. And I've seen that even with iOS games with movie licenses, like the Terminator 4, Ryzen. Oh no, was it? No, I can't remember this. Terminator 4. Terminator 4 got removed from the iOS store because GameLoft lost the rights to the Terminator franchise. So I'm glad I have a backed up copy. So back up your iPhone, your iPad, whatever, or download it with iTunes on the computer. So just remember that, because I do know that one of the games that got removed from Microsoft Marketplace was a game called Too Human, and there was I remember there was a problem with the developer, and there was a legal lawsuit, I think, with Epic Games, with the Unreal Engine. There's something about that, and that game got removed. So I would maybe say, if you're buying movie games, it might be a good idea to buy physical copies, or a game that that's having a legal lawsuit with another company. I think there's another company suing another company. I think it's like Gearbox or something. So that's my take. I think have a perfect world with physical copies and digital downloads with the PlayStation 1. So if you're new to my videos, please hit that subscribe button. Always making new videos all the time. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Take it easy, guys. Later, guys. Bye.